The next topic is dendrimers. So we have to know about dendrimer. Dendrimer is one of the type of nano material, and over this dendrimer is a Greek word where dendron is tree and meros means part or segment. So dendrimers are a new class of polymeric materials. They are highly branched, monodisperse and artificial macromolecules. Dendrimers are defined as synthetic three-dimensional hyperbranched globular macromolecule which is characterized by its highly branched 3D structure that provides a high degree of surface functionality. So dendrimers are branched ones. They are artificial macromolecules. They may seems macromolecule, but they are not macromolecule. They are under a 4 nanometer diameter itself, like as shown in the figure. Less than 4 nanometer itself, it is dispersed branched thing, and it's a three-dimensional hyper branched because hyper branching is also there, and it is highly branched 3D structure providing high degree of surface functionality. As because of these hyper branches, there is a high degree of functionality is also there, and so the characteristics are based on the core present and the void spaces, interior branches and surface groups present within the dendrimers. So over the dendrimers we are having void sources, which is the room for molecular cargoes to move the molecule from center to end, that is surface. And in core we are having small particles called as nanoparticles, and other dendrimer material can also come and combine over there, and these are mostly polymers. Here interior branching is there with this void source for connections, and these branchings are robust covalent structures, and these connects core to surface groups. The surface groups are cationic or anionic or neutral also, and it should be hydrophobic, that is won't react with water, and these are biocompatible target directing groups. Locating the target, they release energies, and these are mostly used in dyes and biomarkers because these are very minute branchlets. They are highly useful in doing dyes and to be used as biomarkers. So this is the general structure of dendrimer with core, void source, interior branching and surface groups with different characteristics. So with the history, in 1978 Vauquelin workers was first introduced the chemistry of dendrimer. In 1980 Donald Tomalia and co-workers discovered these hyperbranched molecules called as dendrimers, and in 1985 Oakley synthesized the first family of dendrimers called it as cascade molecules. At the same time, Newcomb's group independently reported synthesis of similar macromolecules. They synthesized it as macromolecules. Meanwhile, Oakley synthesized it as cascade molecules, and they called the marborols from the Latin word arbor, which is called as tree. So the term cascade molecule is also used, but dendrimer is well established one. So dendrimer is having the another name cascade molecule, and the macromolecule has been named as marborol, where arbor means tree. But in our country we call it as dendrimers itself. So the dendrimer structure is having an initiator core, interior layer and exterior layer. So these are the components of the dendrimer. Initiator core we has already seen. Core multi is there, which is the internal cavity, and it is highly branched, and branching units are also there. It's a globular structure, and it has closely packed surface groups, and so in the interior layer it is composed of repeating units radically attached to the interior core to that of the exterior layer. and the exterior layer it attached to the outermost interior generation for terminal functionality. So as we are seeing over here, and these exterior layers are closely packed surface groups. And the method of synthesizers are, there are 5 methods of synthesis for dendrimers. They are divergent method, convergent method, hypercoarse and branched monomers method, double exponential and mixed growth method, and other accelerated growth techniques are also reported for dendrimers. In divergent method, dendrimer starts from the central core and extends towards the surface. So that the name, that is, it is diverging into the space, and so the method is called divergent method. It's a 2-step process: activation of functional surface group and addition of branching monomer unit. So first, the activation of functional surface group is started from the central core, and then addition of branching monomers has been done, and it is repeatedly done to make the dendrimer surface activation and then hyperbranching. So divergent approach is successful for the production of large quantities of dendrimers. It causes some difficulties in the purification of final products, because as we reach out to the exterior surface, the middle interior branches can't be purified. So that's the disadvantage over it. And in conversion method, we have to converge within. So from the surface molecules, we have to go into the central molecule. So dendrimers starting from the end groups and progressing inwards, and so the name convergent. So when the growing wedges are enough large, attached to a suitable core to give a complete dendrimer, is the method of convergent. In the convergent methodology, low yield in the synthesis of large structures is observed as a drawback. The advantage is it is relatively easy to purify the desired product, as we are getting inside into the core. From outside to inside we are entering, and so purification is easy, but low yield of synthesis is there. Low yield there in a divergent method, it's a very useful for making them in large quantity. Here low yield is only there. Then hypercore and branched monomers. Franchette Group continued their efforts on research of hypercore and branched monomers, and so this method involves pre-assembly of oligomeric species which can then be linked together to give dendrimers. So these monomers allow to design synthetic strategies that are more convergent in classical synthetic sense of world. So the same techniques as that of convergent and divergent has been used, but pre-assembly methods are used, and so the surface unit and core has been taken, and branched monomer focal point activation and growth of hypercore activities has been done. So branched particles are made to have more surface units by the focal point activation, and then wedges has been formed, and the growth of hypercore can also be done, so that the 4th generation dendrimers has been emerged. This is another method of hypercore and branched technique, another method. Then double exponential and mixed growth method. In double exponential growth, similar to rapid growth technique for linear polymers, it involves AB2 monomer with orthogonal protecting groups for the A and B functionalities. See, branched element has been taken in the dendrimer, that is a surface element has been taken, and over that double exponential technique has been applied to make multiple surface elements. So this approach allows the preparation of monomers for both convergent and divergent growth from a single starting material. Both convergent and divergent has been done and then reacted together to give orthogonally protected trimer, which may be used to repeat the growth process again and again to have more surface elements. This is double exponential and mixed growth method. And in other accelerated growth techniques, we are having 2-step approach designed by Franchette. In this approach, 2 different monomers are used so as to avoid the need of an activation step between growth steps. The two monomeric units are AB2 and CD2. That is based on the branches it has been named. There is AB2 and CD2, where A and D reacts to form bond under required condition, while B and C are stable, where B and C react to form bond while A and D remain stable. So see, AB is one of the monomeric unit and CD is one of the monomeric unit, and B and C are stable, where A and B are used to make form bond under required conditions, and when this B and C react, A and D are remain constant. So that this is the accelerated growth technique. In this technique, the hindrance likely to be experienced is that difficulty to find set of reactions which conform to above criteria. So because the formation has done repeatedly to form the dendrimer branches, multiple branches, and so it is not easy to deduct which monomeric unit is reacting at particular timing. That's the difficulty over here. Then the dendrimers are mostly used in biomedical applications only, as these are used as biomarkers and for drug deliveries, as they are having very minute fiber like end structure, that is surface. These are used mostly in medical applications, and so they are used in polyaminonide dendrimers. They have manufactured with those medical application particles itself. There is polyamidoamine dendrimer, carboxylane dendrimer, peptide dendrimer, dendrocyte nanoparticle. These are all types of dendrimers, and these are formed using non-covalent complexes, and if they are formed using conjugates, the types will be peptides, proteins, protein fragments like that, and these are all used in anti-HIV therapy, anti-cancer therapy, dendritic cell vaccines, functional peptides delivery, and antibacterial treatments. So dendrimers have its most of the applications in medical field only. So the applications can be given as: it is used as solubility enhancer, cellular delivery in industrial processes, gene transfection, nanodrugs, diagnostics, as coating agents for as the markers, and these are used as dendritic catalyst or enzymes, contrast agents, targeted and controlled release drug delivery, delivery of anti-cancer drugs. And these are the applications of dendrimers. And here also we found the dendrimers found application mostly in biological terms only. Thank you.